Oh, it is not easy going live on YouTube. Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Tim. Thanks for liking my videos. I am on the balcony at Mactan Newtown in Cebu City, Philippines. Let's turn the camera around and take a look at what we can see today. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day in the Philippines. Welcome to Mactan Newtown, and welcome to paradise. Let me know in the comments below if you can hear me and see me. As usual, always technical difficulties going live stream on YouTube. I appreciate you joining and watching my live and watching my videos. I am broadcasting from Cebu City, Mactan Newtown, Mactan Island, and you are looking at the beautiful Mactan Channel. 27 miles up the coastline right over there. 27 miles north is Bogo City. That is where the epicenter of a 6.9 magnitude earthquake occurred on Tuesday. Today is Sunday. And it shook and rattled and rolled all of these condo buildings here in Mactan Newtown. And I did several videos describing and explaining my experience here during one of the worst earthquakes that hit Cebu in a long time. Welcome, my name is Tim. Thanks for joining my live. How are y'all doing? Peace. I'm on the balcony today doing a live stream. If you want to talk about anything, just let me know. This live stream is your live stream. You can ask any question you want. I would appreciate it. What you see in front of you is the Positano. That's that building right there. That's going to be a 17-story condominium building. They are working on the deck of the 12th floor off to the left. They are framing it out. They are putting rebar in it. And I think shortly they are going to start pumping concrete to the 12th floor deck. I think that's what's going to happen. In the middle, they are framing the 12th floor deck. Off to the right, right over in this area, right over here, right there, they are framing the condo units of the 11th floor on the Positano. You can purchase 2 and 3 bedroom units in the Positano if you're a Filipino. They have no more units available to the foreign buyers in the Positano. The blue building is the Pearl. That is going to be 18 floors. That is a condo building. It's going to open in 1 or 2 years from now. Again, availability only for the Filipino buyers in the Pearl. That building will have a rooftop viewing deck. Welcome everyone. My name is Tim. I am broadcasting live from Mactan Newtown, Cebu, Philippines. Welcome in. We're just looking at the construction of the Positano and the Pearl. I think they took the afternoon off. Usually Sunday afternoons they do take off. Thanks for joining, everyone. I appreciate you joining the live stream. You can ask any question you want. My name is Tim. Thank you. Ask any question. Happy Sunday. You have the Positano and the Pearl, and the big news of the week. And Celine, the Mega World sales agent, delivered the big news on the podcast yesterday. Check out the podcast I published on YouTube. There are no more units available to foreign buyers in the Positano or the Pearl or the La Victoria. They are only available to Filipino buyers. Welcome in. My name is Tim. Happy Sunday from Mactan Newtown. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, Leo. Watch your videos lots. Can you please say hello to my son, Leo? Hi, Leo. This is hearts for your son, Leo. That is a finger heart for your son, Leo. Thanks for joining. Hi, Leo. I am on the balcony today. Welcome, Leo. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Are you in Manila? Thanks for joining, everyone. Welcome in. We are just starting this live stream. Cheers. Leo in Manila. MNL, I assume that it means Manila. Cheers. Hello, Tim. We've watched your videos. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. You're in Lapu-Lapu. Oh, awesome, Leo. Where in Lapu-Lapu are you, Leo? Awesome. Hello, everyone. We have more viewers. I am on the balcony. I am standing at Mactan Newtown. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you? Zulu Tube. Zubu Tube. Hello, how are you? I cannot pronounce that name, but if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. Thank you for joining. Happy Sunday. We are standing on the 14th floor of 8 Newtown Boulevard, and we're doing a live stream today. Thanks for joining. Ask any question you want on the live stream. Keep it clean. I do appreciate that. YouTube will ban my channel if you don't keep the questions clean. But overall, I just released a food review video. I was at Gordon Ramsay Street Burger a couple of days ago. It might have been yesterday. And I had their Mexican smash burger. It was awesome. I think it was the best burger I had at Gordon Ramsay Street Burger restaurant so far. Normally, I thought the Hell's Kitchen burger was the best, but now it's replaced by the Mexican smash burger. I appreciate that. You're looking straight north up the Mactan Peninsula, and that building right there is the Armisa Residences. I believe that is the Sheraton right there, and way at the tip, right behind the Armisa, you're going to see the Arterra Residences, and I have condo tour videos. Hello, Simply Sharon. Hi, Sharon. I thought we were going to do a collaboration one day. When are you going to be at 8 Newtown Boulevard, Mactan Newtown? And we'll do a collaboration video. We will, I don't know. Maybe you can be the co-host of my podcast one day, Sharon. We'll do a podcast. You be the co-host. I hope you're watching the podcasts. I do weekly, well, every other week type of podcasts. With Celine, Omega World sales agent. We talk about these buildings right in front of you. Right there is the Positano. That is the Pearl. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. This has been the location of the Simply We Were in Newtown. We ate in Ramsay's. When were you there? Today? You were in Newtown today and you didn't stop by and say hello? Really? Come on. You're hurting my feelings. Let me give you a pout face. Pout face. I appreciate it. I was at Ramsay's, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And 2 days ago. And I did a food review video. What's your favorite meal at Gordon Ramsay's, may I ask? Do you like the burgers or the fish and chips? Most people like the fish and chips, but what's your favorite? Feel free to share the video and the live stream with anybody you feel is interested in the content. You like it all. I said, what's your favorite though, Sharon? You have to pick. You have to pick one. What is your favorite? If somebody would invite you to lunch at either the Street Burger or the fish and chips. Which one would you pick? The chicken and burgers are yummy, and also the fish and chips. Okay, all right. For me, it's about being in the mood. It depends what mood I'm in. Some days I'm in the mood for fish, and I'll go to the fish and chips. Some days I'm in the mood for a burger, so I'll go to the street burger. Yesterday, oh, look at that airplane taking off. Check that out. Look at that airliner in super slow motion taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. That's really high. Normally they're not that high after takeoff. They're a little lower. But that airplane is taking off. It went almost straight in the air. And I did not really hear it. Not much. I did not hear much. Let me know if the wind noise is too much. Good afternoon, Jason. Glad to catch your stream. Welcome, Jason. And thank you for the super chats that you've been sending me. Super thanks. Whatever you call those things on YouTube. I appreciate that. I do. I do appreciate it. Welcome in. My name is Tim. I bring you content. Are you going to leave Mactan one day? Of course, one day. Maybe I'll leave Mactan in a box. I don't know. Maybe. I might leave Mactan someday. I might actually start living the subdivision life someday. And maybe if I ever get sick of this, my pleasure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, maybe one day I will live in a subdivision in a home. But right now, I like this beach lifestyle. Maybe one day I will settle down. I'll rent or buy a home. Probably rent a home in a subdivision. Maybe I'll plant a little garden. I'll put on garden gloves. I'll plant flowers or something. Probably not. But I might leave Mactan someday. I don't know. We'll see. Everything is temporary in the Philippines. That's one of my mantras. It's one of my beliefs. Is everything is temporary in life. Right now, this is a temporary stay for me. Who knows how long it might be? It might be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But I'm a go with the flow kind of guy, whatever the feeling is. And right now, the feeling is Mactan Newtown and the beautiful ocean view and the beach and the 2 swimming pools. So right now, I'm enjoying myself. On Tuesday evening at 9:59 p.m., I was not enjoying myself because I was reeling from a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. I was actually running down 14 flights of stairs to get to the street level. Right down there is the street. It was quite a frightening experience, but I do appreciate everybody's concern and comments. But the real concern are for those people that are located approximately 27 miles up that coastline right over there. That's where the epicenter of the earthquake was. Bogo City is 27 miles right up the coastline. Those people have been affected more. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those individuals. And if you can find it in your heart and in your wallet to try to help people, and I have seen many people down at Robinson's grocery stores, they're buying rice, they're donating rice. I think it's probably the simplest thing to do is buy a few bags of rice and donate it. I think they would appreciate it. But thanks for liking and subscribing. I am standing on the balcony of 8 Newtown Boulevard. Happy Sunday, everyone. Appreciate it. Hello, hello. What is the comment today? Uh-oh. I was curious if you ever seen your electric bill go up with your new... No, well, it went up. My first electric bill was 3,600 pesos. I should do another budget, I guess. Everybody on YouTube seems to do budgets. But I don't want to be like everybody else on YouTube. I like to be different and unique. And there's another airplane flying right there. Taking off from the airport. You see it? That airplane's going way straight high too. So my electric bill did go up. And I don't know why. It went up like 800 pesos over the first month. So I'm going to wait to make a judgment after the third month. So I only had really 2 full months of electric bills so far. And the second bill was higher than the first bill. Yeah, I am gonna go other places. I have been to Bahal and Alona Beach, and I will go to other places. I probably will go more so toward the springtime of the year, I think is when I'll go. I did a video on Mandani Bay Boardwalk in Cebu. I did that video a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty fun. And I will do others. I think I'm gonna be bringing you more condo tour videos as well. Apparently the Mega World has caught wind of my condo tour videos, and apparently they like them and they want me to do more condo tour videos. So I might be bringing you more condo tour videos here at Mega World. With any luck at all, cross your fingers and your toes. I do appreciate it. For those new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Tim. I am standing on the balcony, and you can see the dark tinted window. This is a ground to ceiling patio door, and the dark tinted windows. And I think that's part of the reason I don't hear the airplanes at the airport. These windows are really soundproof. They are very energy efficient. They're dark tinted. They don't let any hot weather in. I'm really surprised at the quality of the windows at 8 Newtown Boulevard. And like I mentioned in other videos, this is... No, I haven't. Actually, I have a friend. He used to live here, and now he rented a unit over at Tambuli. I want to go over there and visit him and see if I can make a video over there. It's more of a resort. He tells me it's actually considered to be a resort. And in the Philippines, from what he told me, in the Philippines, they treat resorts a little differently than condominium units and townships like this. Resorts have, I think, a little bit more regulations around them. And Tambuli is considered a resort, so the government regulates it a little tighter because it is considered a resort. They monitor the quality of the pool water, etc. in a resort. He kind of liked that. He said that Tambuli, because it's a resort, they have a little tighter regulations around quality of amenities and pool water. So, but he said it's a little further away from the road. It's like you can't really walk to a grocery store. Tambuli is, I don't know, like a 3 or 4 minute jeepney ride or trike ride to get to the grocery store, and he was kind of worried about that. So yeah, the pools and beaches are second to none. Yes, Tambuli I think has really awesome swimming pools, and that's what he said. My friend that went over there, relocated from here over there. He said the beach is nice, the pools are really nice. It seems to be like the hot spot. I know one YouTuber moved from Cebu City over to Tambuli. Like I said, one of my friends lived here for a long time, and he went and moved over to Tambuli. But it's a little less convenient than Mactan Newtown, because you can't really walk to a grocery store. And he was actually going to buy like an electronic trike for like 1,800 US dollars. He was going to buy an electronic trike when he moved over to Tambuli, because he would need that to go to the grocery store. And that's one of the things that turns me off about Tambuli, is I don't want to buy a trike, I don't want to buy a bike, I don't want to buy a car, I don't want to be walking through the neighborhoods at night to get to a grocery store. And there are a lot of times when I'm walking around at night to go to the street vendor to get my fruit, to go to Robinson, I go to Metro Mart. I'm one of these guys that I shop almost every day. I don't stock my fridge. I don't go into Cebu and buy boatloads of meat and put it in the freezer. I pretty much buy what I eat for the day, and I just walk down on the street and I go to the grocery store, or I go to the street vendor and I buy what I eat. And because I'm like that, I don't think Tambuli would be a great fit for me, because I'm going to need to take taxis. We've been watching your videos ever since he's like hundreds of subscribers. It's nice to see you. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the channel is growing. I just publish a lot of videos. I do have a second channel, a main channel in Florida, USA. And I'm kind of treating this channel similar to how I treat my Florida channel. I try to upload at least one video a day. And eventually they will catch on. One or two videos will get a lot more views. And this week I had some of the earthquake videos get a lot more views, and then you get more subscribers. And it takes time. My Florida channel is Streams of Dreams 2370. And that channel is about a little over a year old. I've got 5,600 subscribers on that channel. So it takes time to grow on YouTube, especially with the type of content I'm producing. I'm not going down on the streets and videoing people and Filipinas and stuff like other YouTubers do. So if I did that, my channel would grow faster. But that's not my deal. That's not what I do. I let other people do that. I do videos that I'm interested in. If I'm sitting in America or any other foreign country and I'm thinking about moving here to the Phils, to Mactan Newtown or wherever, I'm going to do a video that's going to try to help people out. And if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. It's not like I actually need the income from YouTube. I'm doing this because I'm bored. I'm a retired guy that's bored. So I do videos of what I think is interesting to me. And so far, so good. Some other people have found it interesting as well. Look at the mountains north of Cebu. If you take that coastline 27 miles north, you will get to the city of Bogo and the epicenter of the 6.9 earthquake. And these buildings were really shaking on Tuesday evening. Very strange, because I just went to the gym. Tuesday evening, I went to the gym. I got home, I ate, I took a shower, and I was just sitting down on the couch, ready to relax, watch some YouTube. I pick up my phone at 9:59 p.m. I see a message on my phone. It says, 5.0 earthquake in your area. Be prepared for aftershocks. And before I got that short message read, the building started shaking. And it shook pretty hard for a few seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then it subsided. I said, oh, that's all over. And then after 5 seconds, it started shaking really bad. And it shook quite a while, 10 or 15 seconds. And then it subsided. And then it shook again. And it subsided. And then it shook again. And it did that for like a minute. And then the electricity went off for for a minute, and then the emergency electricity came on. And when that emergency electricity came on after a minute, I wasn't even dressed. I had to put some shorts on, a shirt on, and I did that, and then I raced down 14 flights of stairs. And these earthquakes happen so fast that you don't know what's going on. By the time you react, yeah, actually, I have a food review that I published today, Gordon Ramsay, and I have a food review coming out tomorrow. I was at the LG Garden. I had beef brisket for lunch yesterday at the LG Garden. It was really good. So I'm going to edit that video up later today. I'll publish it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Philippines time. So back-to-back food reviews. I have one published today, tomorrow another one. I'm going to do those food reviews. And there is the beautiful north part of Cebu City right over there, Mactan Channel. Looks like the tide is high today. Sun is shining. It is a little breezier than normal, but the breeze is welcome. It keeps the temperature, feels a little cooler. It's an awesome day. Come on, people. Really, you're in the Philippines. You're in an archipelago. Why wouldn't you want to wake up for a ocean view every day? This is retirement. This is something you don't do. You worked your butt off all your life. Now's the time to enjoy. This is the time to enjoy, and this is what I enjoy to do. Wake up to look at this ocean. Maybe one day I'll get sick of it and I'll move into a subdivision home. But that subdivision home is going to have decent amenities. It's going to have a decent swimming pool. I've been having a hard time finding subdivisions that have decent swimming pools and weight rooms and things like that. And that's why I'm here. Have I tried the wings? No. I'm going to do that food review. I'm going to do the chicken wing food review at Street Burger. I will. I did try the chicken sandwich at Street Burger. They have a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken burger, they call it. It was okay. It was not all white meat. I like all white meat chicken sandwiches. And I did a food review a couple of weeks ago, Street Burger, but it was the Gordon fried chicken sandwich. And it was a mixture of dark meat and white meat. It was okay. The flavors were good. It's just the quality of meat wasn't what I'm used to, at least in America, all white chicken breast. So I think I gave that sandwich, I think, an 8.5, 8 or 8.5 out of 10. The flavors are good. The Street Burger, all the flavors at Gordon Ramsay are great. The hamburgers are Australian beef. It's excellent beef. The chicken burger patty was, I think, a mixture of dark meat, white meat. The flavors were great, but it was kind of a thin chicken burger sandwich. Kind of thin. It was dark meat, so I wasn't thrilled. But I will try the chicken wings there. I would expect that the flavors of the chicken wings are going to be good and the quality, you know. A chicken wing's a chicken wing. It's white meat. I liked white meat. You got to try the special at Kumo at LG. Kumo. The Italian place, I was happy to see the chicken parm available in walking distance. Yeah, that Italian place is awesome. Kumo. I will try that. Leave that in the comments of one of my videos to remind me, and then I take a screenshot, and then I'll do a food review. There's also a German restaurant at LG Garden. I was going to try that. There's also a geisha restaurant and bar. Probably not, no. And that kind of goes back to what I've been talking about. If you want decent quality food in the Philippines, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay close to what you're going to pay for in America. The German place sounds interesting. Yeah, it does. I'm going to try the German place still because I'm German heritage. My grandparents on both my mom and dad's side came over from Germany to America. So generally speaking, I was expecting that the Italian... Yeah, I'm going to try the samurai and geisha. Yes, I'm going to try their breakfast there. They serve an American breakfast, and I had an expat tell me the American breakfast, eggs and bacon, is supposed to be really good there. I was surprised at the prices at the Italian restaurant at the Promenade, which is right behind the Positano. You can actually see the Promenade. You see that blue tower right on the top of over the top of the Positano? That blue tower is the Promenade. That is where the Italian restaurant is. I can actually see the Italian restaurant. The Italian restaurant is right there. I was surprised to see that the prices were that high. I thought out of the bubble, I thought the prices would be lower. I was kind of shocked to see that the pasta dish that I ordered was that high priced. It was essentially close to $10 just for the pasta dish. And then you add the Coke on it, and most of the time the Cokes are 80 pesos, 100 pesos. You're looking at $1.50 for the Coke. It's like a 10-ounce can of Coke. Prices are not that cheap here in the Phils. If you are going to eat, Thursday I went to something in Mandaue. It's the top-rated Japanese. Really? I could go for a good hibachi Japanese steak. I would always go to a Japanese steakhouse in Florida, hibachi. It was tenderloin steak. Oh my God, I miss good steak. Give me some good meat. Where's the good meat in the Philippines? I'm looking for good meat, and I don't want to make it myself. So that is one of the deficiencies of living here. I haven't really found any decent meat that I could actually walk to. I'm kind of spoiled. I like to walk everywhere, but I'm sure there are good meat restaurants in Cebu. I really don't want to take a 35-minute cab ride into Cebu to get it to a good meat restaurant. But so that's one of my dealios here in living in this area, is that I don't find enough good meat restaurants. Gold Coast on Thursdays, Brazilian beef. Is that Brazilian beef any good? Or is it tough? I like meat that melts in my mouth. I'm a tenderloin, medium rare, tenderloin steak kind of guy. Gold Coast Thursdays, Brazilian beef tenderloin. That sounds yummy. I'll try that. Maybe I'll do a food review there. You got some good ideas, boss man. But usually Brazilian, they serve that like on a kebab, right? Like on a skewer. Yes. Butter and gravy on the side. That sounds like my kind of meat right there. My kind of restaurant. I ate at a Brazilian restaurant many years ago. I think it was in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I was not impressed. That's why I'm leery about trying Brazilian beef. It wasn't a great quality cut of meat. It was kind of tough. It was 8 ounce. Yeah, that's all I need. In America, I usually get the small fillets. I usually get the 5 or 6 ounces. Look at the airplane taking off from the airport. Again, I can barely hear that. It's just standing on the balcony, I barely hear that airplane. And inside with that insulated window, I cannot hear the airplanes here. So if it's a good quality Brazilian beef, I'll eat it. But if it's going to be tough, it's going to be overdone. Oh, you do? Well, you should send me a link, Cebu boss man. My email is in the description of my YouTube channel. Just send me a link to one of your reviews, and then I'll find the rest of them. Maybe you are going to be my source for finding decent food. I got your email. Okay, great. Thanks. So that is one of the things. I lost some weight since I've been in the Philippines. Last time I was here, I gained weight because all I ate was fried peanuts. I love the fried peanuts, the chili, spicy fried peanuts here. That's probably the best item I've eaten in the Philippines. Thanks for joining, everyone. My name is Tim. Sorry. Thanks for joining, everyone. My name is Tim. This YouTube app is just so hinky, I tell you. Don't go live with a YouTube app. It's too hinky. What was I going to say before I disconnected? Food reviews. I need to find better restaurants to go to. You're about to lose some of your view after they build a couple more floors. I know. I know. That view is going to disappear. They are on the 12th floor deck. It's going to be 17 floors. That is going to be, yeah, I'm going to lose the entire Mactan Peninsula view. Absolutely. And when I came here in May, that building was right there. They were making that floor right there. I think it was like the 4th floor. I came here on May 22nd, and I think they were on like the very first condo floor right there. They were building that when I came in May. So all of that they built. They built floors 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's more than that. So they are 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So they built 6 floor 6 through 11 since I've been here, May 22nd. And then I looked at a video I made in February. I was here in February this year. And where the Positano is in February was a vacant lot. They just started grading out the lot. It was flat. And that was, I think, in February. So since February, they've built all of that building. They're going pretty fast. Going fast. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this view. And if I lose this view, I am thinking about relocating into a different condo unit. I am. I'm thinking about relocating, so in the next few months, if you see me at a different angle with my balcony updates, it's because I relocated to a different condo unit, because I don't want to be staring at condo buildings like that. Because I am here for the ocean view and the weather, and I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to get what I want because I want it. So when that building gets too high, is 8 Newtown my favorite? I think they have the best views so far. They have a lot of units. The prices are right here. There's a lot of units. Lots of these units have ocean views. It's pretty hard to find an 8 Newtown unit that doesn't have an ocean view. Some of the units in like One Pacific Place, some of those units, if it's on Newtown Boulevard, you don't really have an ocean view on those. And the ocean views in One Pacific, some of them are just partial ocean views. So in general, they have 4 buildings here at 8 Newtown, and most of these units in these buildings have decent ocean views. That's why I like 8 Newtown. One Pacific Residence, they do have ocean views. Some of the condos have really good ocean views. Some of the condos have partial ocean views, and some of the condos have really essentially views of the other buildings on Newtown Boulevard. It's a little harder to find a really good ocean view in One Pacific, and I'm kind of lazy to look around really hard for a good ocean view, so I generally do searches on 8 Newtown, and then I look at usually Facebook Marketplace for condo units for rent. And then most of the ones that I see have decent ocean views. I'm also familiar with these buildings. I know which direction. When I see a picture on Facebook Marketplace, I know what direction that condo unit's facing. I know approximately what building it is in. And I'm really familiar with the views on these 4 towers. So that's why I kind of stay here. I'm less familiar with One Pacific. I've never stayed in One Pacific. I have visited One Pacific a few times. Yeah, it's kind of hard. And when you see pictures online on Facebook Marketplace for condos for rent, ask that leasing agent to send you more pictures, especially balcony pics, because sometimes those balcony pics, if they don't show them on Facebook Marketplace, there's a good chance that the balcony doesn't have a decent ocean view. So ask that leasing agent, and that's what I do. I say, go out to that balcony and take some decent pictures. I want to know what that view is like. Because a lot of times if they don't show balcony pictures, it's because there's really no decent ocean view. And I just won't rent it if it doesn't have a decent ocean view. I'm not interested in staring at another building, to be honest with you. I've stared at buildings all my life in America. I'm retired, I'm over it. I want to stare at an ocean. I've never was able to stare at an ocean when I lived in America. I grew up in the Midwest. There's no ocean nearby. And when I retire, this is what I want to look at. And there is enough inventory of condos here in Mactan Newtown that you should be able to pick and choose what kind of view you want. And when that building gets too high right there at Poisitano, then I'm out, most likely, and I'm going to find a different unit with a decent ocean view. And I don't think it's going to be too hard to find. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for liking and subscribing. My name is Tim. Thanks for liking. I turn the camera on periodically. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will keep bringing you content of the Philippines, my opinions. And keep in mind, everyone, when I make a video, it's my opinion. And I'll try to bring you as much facts as I can. And I know there's a lot of debate, is Mactan Newtown the best? And I got people arguing that there's other better places in the Philippines, and maybe there are. But my opinion is, if you're living in an archipelago, you're here for the water. And if you're not here for the water, well, then live inland somewhere and have a happy life. But I'm here for the water. If I'm not going to swim in it, at least I want to look at it. And that is the peninsula of Mactan Island. You're looking straight north. That is Cebu Island over there. That is the mountains north of Cebu City. If you follow that coastline across the channel all the way north 27 miles, you're going to run into Bogo City. And they did discover a fault up there, a brand new fault line, earthquake fault line in Bogo City. And I have been feeling, on occasion, I've been feeling tremors. There have been a lot of aftershocks originating in and around the Bogo City area. And on occasion, I feel some slight tremors here. And I think there was a tremor yesterday that was like 4.5 magnitude up in Bogo. And there's been over 2,000. Hi, thanks, Jason. This is the spot I want to know the most about, and you are the one bringing me really. Thank you for the super thanks, super chat, whatever you call it. Love it. Appreciate it. Yeah, this spot here is not bad. And I'll be honest with you, I did a video last night. And the video I did last night, walking around on Newtown Boulevard, looking for cracks in the buildings, was impromptu. I finished the gym. I just went to the grocery store. I said, I want to make a video. I have no idea what video to make. I turned the camera on. I started walking. And I said, hey, let's look for cracks. So everything you saw in the video last night was impromptu. I did not visit these sites and video these buildings prior. I wanted to walk around essentially like a live stream, look for cracks. And you watched the video last night. I found nothing. I went into the parking garage of One Manchester Place, and the columns, the roof line, everything in that parking garage looked like brand new, like the day they built it. I was expecting to see something, at least a little crack here or a little crack there. No cracks. So I am still surprised of how well these buildings held up. No cracks. And then I read about Mega World is ISO certified, so they use best practices. And then I look at the rebar, check the rebar out. They're building the Poisitano. That rebar is super, super thick that they're using in them columns. I don't know if they're over-engineering it or if that's what standard practice is, but when I walk around on the street, I see piles of rebar on the streets down there, and it is thick that they're using. I cannot believe the diameter of the rebar they're using. Maybe I'm just used to residential building. I did general contract 2 homes that I built in America. I know about concrete. I know about the rebar. When you put a brand new driveway in, a concrete driveway in America, you get 3 bids from 3 different contractors, and the bids vary in price all over the map. And the spots that those contractors save money in is the diameter of the rebar. When they put that rebar in your driveway, if they put the thin rebar in your driveway, that contract is going to be a lot lower than if they put the thick stuff in. And I constantly wrangled with my contractors when I put new driveways in my homes in America. Put the thick rebar in, don't shortchange it, don't take shortcuts, do a quality job. I don't care if I pay you an extra $500. Just put decent materials in. And that's where a lot of the contractors save money when they build stuff, especially concrete, is they put the thin rebar in. The other part they save money on is the concrete mixture themselves. What's the ratio of sand and gravel to concrete? And if they were shortcutting concrete on these buildings, you'd be seeing cracks all over the place during a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. So I can see with my own eyes that they're putting in thick rebar. I can see with my own eyes there's no cracks. So that leads me to believe that the quality of concrete mixture they're using is decent. I see on the website they're ISO certified. So I'm putting all those things together and I'm thinking they're building decent quality buildings here. And I get a lot of people commenting on my videos that they're not buying, they're not renting in the Philippines because the condo units are poor quality. That doesn't seem to be the case here, at least from my limited knowledge of construction, from my limited ability to see a crack in the wall, and from my general understanding of construction concrete. They are using really thick rebar. So that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. That's why I'm not too concerned. Even with these aftershocks, there's another airplane taking off. Even with these aftershocks, I'm not too concerned. 6.9 is pretty chunky sized earthquake to live through, and it was really close to here. And then I had an individual that works here that says that these buildings were engineered by the same engineer that engineered Marco Polo, the high-rise in Cebu. That building seems to be standing forever. It seems to have a good reputation of a good quality building. So I am not sleeping with one eye open at night. I'm sleeping well. Sleeping like a baby. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Just to note, everybody, they are going to repair the swimming pool sometime in the future. And I think that pool is going to be down for a while. I don't know how long. Maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I have no idea. But as soon as I know, I'll let you know. But that pool is slated for some renovations. They're missing some pool tiles. They got to put some pool tiles in. It's nothing to do with the earthquake. They were missing some pool tiles. Some of the glass on the outside edge of that swimming pool, you can see they have it. Some paper on the glass. Some kids were throwing some hard objects around in the pool, and they threw it against the glass, and they busted the glass on the edge of the pool. Right down there, you can see. Right there, you can see the glass is broken. So they are scheduled to make some repairs on that pool. So if you're looking to rent here or buy here, just note that that pool might be down for a little while in the near future. But you have the swimming pool at the beach. They never seem to close the swimming pool at the beach. And then you have the beach itself. So that's one of the reasons I like Mactan Newtown. You got one pool down, you go to the pool at the beach, or you go to the beach itself. Hazy day, most likely going to get some rain in the afternoon. It is rainy season, June through December, rainy season here in the Philippines. Very similar to the state of Florida in America. That rainy season is June through November. So this rainy season is actually 1 month longer than in the state of Florida. Temperatures, weather, almost identical to the state of Florida. So if anybody lives in the state of Florida and you're interested in coming to the Philippines, the weather's almost identical. And I lived in Florida for the last 3 years, and this weather is identical. Humid, warm, sunny in the morning, clouding up in the afternoon, maybe a little light rain in the afternoon, clearing up at night again, clear in the morning, clouding up in the afternoon, rain in the afternoon every day. Same thing, like punching a clock, just like Florida. Life is good. Today a little bit windier than normal. You can see the ocean isn't quite as flat as it used to be. You can see a couple of white caps out there. Or those boats? I'm not quite sure what it is. And that's the Mactan Circle Mall. They're going to open that thing up in next year. That building right there. I think it's going to be a one-story mall based on the pictures on the posters on the wall. I think it's a one-story mall they're going to have over there. It's going to be walking distance, only what, 4-minute walk from here over to there. And the Mactan Shrine is right over there with the Philippines flag. So if anybody has questions, leave it in the comments. This live stream is for you. Just ask a question. I'll try to bring you an answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll ask a Mega World sales agent or somebody in the know. As I walk around here, I'm getting to know pretty much everybody in and around here. And it's good to know that Mega World is taking some value, watching my videos and taking some value in some of the videos I'm producing. Is the lagoon anticipated as being a long-term resident amenity or more of an admission? That's a good question. The first comment I'm going to make about the lagoon is going to be 5+ years out into the future. There's a new mall walking distance from the Island Central Mall called Mahi. Really? I didn't know that. I'll check that out. Thanks, boss man. So they're not really saying much about the lagoon. Anytime I ask about the lagoon, I get, shrugging shoulders. KFC and S&R Pizza. Oh, yummy. See, Super Boss Man, you're kind of a local here. You're the guy I need to talk to. Because I've only been here for 4 or 5 months. Opening November. Awesome. Let me know, Boss Man, when it opens. I'm going to go over there and make a video of it. So they don't talk a lot about the lagoon. So I don't know a lot about it. They do have some promotional videos that they gave me about the lagoon. But when I ask anybody about the lagoon, they kind of, I don't know, that's going to be in the distance, that's in the future. They want to talk about the Expo Center, they want to talk about the Positano, they want to talk about the museum. So the lagoon is still an uncertainty in terms of, I don't know if there's going to be admission, if it's going to be long-term. My assumption is going to be that it's going to be a long-term amenity, but maybe I'm wrong. You do have to pay an admission for it. But I'll keep an eye open and ear open. All I know is they keep telling me that the lagoon is pretty far out into the future, the 5+ years. You got 15 years here, no wonder. Your roots are pretty deep here. So you are a local. You're kind of like a local. You already know it. I've only been here for, 4 months, going on 5 months. So I don't know nothing yet. Although I walk around my YouTube channel acting like I know everything, but I really don't. So take what I say with a grain of salt. So I don't know much about the lagoon. I've learned by watching your podcast that the master plan is a very flexible plan. Yes, that's a good way to put it, Jason, is that like on all of the promotional videos that they gave me, none of those promotional videos showed the new parking lot kitty corner from the expo center. They showed the northern tip of, or the western tip of the lagoon there. So now they have a parking lot with the expo center that was not on their promotional videos. So it is a master plan that's somewhat fluid, and I think people are shy to talk about things that might be 5 years into the future because maybe those plans change. But they are talking about stuff that's being built, like those condo buildings, the museum. So as soon as I know, I'll let you know. But this is a fluid plan that's going on here. As they, when they made the master plan years ago, they probably didn't realize that they're going to host an Asian summit, which is a big deal. That's leaders of the Southeast Asian nations, and that's being held every 2 years. And next year is the Philippines' turn. They hold it in different nations every other year. So when they build these things and they plan these things out, they probably didn't realize that they're going to host a Southeast Asia nation summit with all the leaders. And then they said, okay, we need an expo center and we need a parking lot. They also recently announced the Costa Vida. That's also a change. Remember about 3 or 4 weeks ago on the podcast, we talked about Costa Vida. I brought you videos. It's a 10-story high-rise condominium building. It's going to be located 100 meters from the private beach. They originally had on the Mega World International website that the Costa Vida was going to be a retirement resort. I think they've changed that. It's going to be 10 stories. It's still going to be a resort, but I believe there is no age restriction. Originally, they had an age restriction of 65 on the Costa Vida. I believe that age restriction now has been lifted, so that is a slight change from what they published on their website a few weeks ago. So it's things like that that are changing. And everybody needs to understand that the master plan is fluid. This is a giant property. I think it's, 20 hectares? Is that right? More than that. It's large. And there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of ideas getting floated around. And then they make SM Cebu City, Wolfgang. Yeah, I did go to their website. It looks like it's a pretty upscale restaurant. It's not like a low-grade, mid-grade restaurant. From what I saw on their website, it looks like it's going to be a decent restaurant. Yeah, they plan on having a Wolfgang steakhouse here. So as changes come about, I'm going to let you know, and the biggest changes this week were, number one, there are no more units in the Pearl available to foreign buyers. And that's the Pearl right there, that blue building. Up until last week, they had units available for foreign buyers. Now, no more units available for foreign buyers. Not even in the Positano, not even in La Victoria. So those 3 new condo buildings, no more units available for foreign buyers. I'll keep you posted if units open up. So that's one of the changes. Up until this point, I was reporting that the Pearl had units. 8,000 pesos. So there you have it. You're talking $100, $120 for a steak. That is an upscale steakhouse. So that was one of the major changes that we talked about on the podcast that I released yesterday. The other major change was Costa Vida. It is coming. Up until that point, they weren't even sure. But now it has been released to the Mega World sales staff. They can sell units at Costa Vida, due to open in 2029, 10 floors, super nice amenities. You're going to have upgraded spas and whirlpools and a workout room. It's really tailored for those people who want a comfortable and active lifestyle. I believe they're going to have a walking path. It's they originally were marketing it for retirees, but they essentially lifted the age restriction on that building, so now anybody can any age can buy into, but they also announced it's only open for Filipino buyers. So Costa Vida also open only to Filipino buyers. I think someday they're going to open it to foreign buyers, but we'll see. So those are your major updates. The Pearl, no more units for foreign buyers. Costa Vida is now for sale. Contact Celine, MegaWorld's hardest working sales agent, for information on Costa Vida, 10-story high-rise, active community living, whirlpool spas, awesome swimming pools. You can have walking trails. It's going to be really for the active lifestyle. You're going to have a really cool whirlpool spa, from what I understand. That's going to help relax your muscles at the Costa Vida. And that is open to Filipino buyers. So what are you waiting for? Call Celine, reserve your room. And she also said that they have a special promotion for the Filipino buyers. Very little down payment to hold your unit at Positano or the Pearl. They have a no down payment plan, or a very little down payment plan. So there's special financing going on. If you're a Filipino buyer looking for the Pearl or Positano, or I think even the La Victoria, she said all the new buildings, if you're looking at buying a new unit, they have special financing available, like no down payment, no payment, something like that. Contact Celine. She's better at numbers than I am. She is the mathematics major. I am just a dumb finance guy. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. There's your view of the Positano. Some of my subscribers said they already purchased units in the Positano and the Pearl. Shangri-La, Crimson Resort, or Movenpick. I would consider a day pass at Shangri-La. The amenities at Shangri-La look awesome. They do have a private beach there as well. It's 2,000 pesos for a day pass. I might do that someday. Make a video over there. I did a video on Shangri-La about a month, maybe 2 months ago, so check that video out. And I did video the amenities over at Shangri-La. And it's right over there. It's essentially across the street from that blue tower, which is known as the Promenade. That's where the 32 Italian kitchen is. Yeah, Shangri-La is an awesome property. It's essentially it's like a 5-star hotel type of thing, and the amenities are off the charts. Awesomeness. So yeah, maybe I will one day. I'll take 2,000 pesos and head over there. Check out the beach area. And then right up the coastline, way at the end of this Mactan Peninsula up there, that is the Armisa Residences. Crimson, I'll check it out. Armisa, right beyond that is Arterra. And right up by the Arterra, you have mahogany trees. Take a car drive. It was only, I think, 300 pesos for me to rent a taxi. They drove me up, all the way up to the peninsula, looked at the mahogany trees, went to Arterra. Right over there, I think, is the Sheridan. I think that's the Sheridan. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I think that's Sheridan. And then right over there, right behind, kind of behind the Pearl, that is the B Residences. I did a condo tour video on the B Residences. Shangri-La is excellent, but can be overwhelming with Korean. Yeah, that's what I noticed. There was a lot of Korean tourists at Shangri-La. That's why. That's part of the reasons why I haven't gone over there for a day yet. It's like, I don't want to be fighting off the Korean tourists over there. There seemed to be a lot of them the day I was there making a video. There was a lot over there. But they do have, I think, 3 or 4 swimming pools. They do have a private beach. They have, like, any insights? No, I have no idea on Plantation Bay. No insights. I was going to go over to Mandani Bay and tour some condos over there. I was going to go over there on Friday, but then I was too lazy. But I want to go out there and get some more video on some of those other places. And I was going to do that this week, but the earthquake kind of shook things up, gave me a lot more content. The Sheraton is my next top-rated buffet in Cebu. 2,600 pesos for the Sheraton buffet. I heard good things about the Sheraton. I'd love to get in there and do a video of the condos too. Lots of choices if you don't want Mactan Newtown. There's lots of them. But the problem with living up here, anywhere in here, you got a 5 or 10 minute cab ride, taxi ride to get down to here, driving through here to get to the grocery stores. I was at Movenpick. Movenpick is right behind the Pearl. It's really close. It's probably a 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk from here. But again, you're going to need to take a trike or a taxi to get to the grocery stores. And when you're a guy like me that buys groceries every day because I keep forgetting or I don't plan, I'm not a planner, I'm a reactor. That's why I like Mactan Newtown. So I forget something, I just run to the grocery store and get it. So if I lived over there, that's expense, buy a year pass for 30. Really, 30K. Wow. That's an awesome deal. That's a good idea. You are a reservoir of knowledge. Thank you. I appreciate that. Check out the thunderstorms over north of Cebu, the mountains. That's a gigantic thunderstorm coming this way. Check that out. Yeah, we're gonna have an afternoon of rain today, but it's rainy season. Who cares? I still usually go swimming in the swimming pool when it rains. So usually around 5 o'clock in the afternoon is when I finish editing my video for my Florida channel. And then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon I go down to the swimming pool. And by then it might be raining, might not be. Doesn't matter to me. And after the swimming pool then I go to the gym. And after the gym then I usually go to the grocery store, buy something to eat. Daily routine is who I am. So that is your live stream for today. Any last questions? I'm going to wrap up the live. Speaking of eating, I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm getting hungry. But if you have a few last questions, I'll answer them before I log off and see you in cyberspace. Look at that rain cloud. That's moving quickly. That's moving fast. Coming down those mountains. I should set my camera up and do a time lapse. I'm kind of freaky about weather. I like the weather. And I like to do a lot of time lapse of weather coming in. I can feel the downdrafts. Maybe you can hear it on the live stream. You can hear the wind blowing. That downdraft is coming. That rain is coming fast down those mountains. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. We're going to log off before the rain comes in. Let me turn the camera. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm going to end the live stream. Take care. Thoughts and prayers for those affected by the 6.9 magnitude earthquake here in Cebu. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Take care. Be safe, everyone. And see you in cyberspace soon. Take care, everyone.